Oh my chicken, what is up, Bressonians? That's not the right thingy. That's the right thingy? In theory, that's the right thingy. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Not much. Just trying to figure out. There it goes. Just trying to figure out why it's not picking up Macrome, but it is now. We are. Well, Tim and I are stuffing our faces.
Kind of. Kind of. I'm trying to.
Christian, Christian be chilling. Batman be trying to get at my beer. Tim the
I
Great are taking
always,
some meds.
you know, when you're old, you have to.
It's true. And we're gonna explore a wizard tower.
Possibly, if you guys can get to it.
Right?
Who knows?
Oh, that doesn't bode well.
We may be waylaid on the in transit.
If you guys can get to it quickly, who knows? It
Yeah, that
all
sounds
depends
about right.
on deciding whether or not you wanted to get supplies.
Oh, I mean, probably.
I ain't got a clue.
Me neither. I'm bad at D&D.
All right. Well, with that all being said, welcome back to yet another day in Glameris in the city of Brass.
Woo. It looks beautiful.
As a quick recap for last time, everyone here had just landed in Brass City, and you guys had all taken a little bit of time to go to the Brass Dragon, the large tavern in the center of town, one of the main attractions of Brass City, where many adventurers go. You all went, had a few drinks, had a little bit to eat. You also got to see the giant brass dragon, which the tavern gets its namesake from, just outside of the tavern. And you might want to push to talk yourself. While you guys were at the tavern, you went to the job posting board, and you picked out one that has a nice star on it. Everybody around you, when they saw you pick this, gasped in shock and horror, as they didn't think you understood what you had done. Once you take a posting off of the job board, you have to complete it before you can take another job.
That makes sense.
To be fair, we did have no idea what we had done.
Yeah.
So you all took a small stroll down to the Hammer District to meet Durs Derringer and his assistant, Jonathan. Durs stared you all down with his 1,000-yard stare and let you all know about his friend, Dessner Darkdraft, a wizard who lives little ways away from Brass City in a reclusive tower. Normally, he's good about sending messages back to Durs, but recently he hasn't been able to send anything. Dessner is usually really good about this, Durs says. He's very adamant that Dessner would not stop sending messages. And when you guys try to inquire about why is it that Durs can't leave and can't go into the tower himself, he reveals that he has been cursed with vampirism. And Dessner was trying to find a cure.
Dum, dum, dum.
It's now up to you, three adventurers, to travel to Dessner's tower and see what's going on. You
Woohoo!
Hi ho, hi ho. to death we go. I mean, work we go. Well, I mean, how many? We don't know. He has sent many crews out there to check on his wizard friend, and if they came back at all, they came back a bit touched.
Yes, he did say that they came back a few cards shy of a full deck.
And that's just those that made it back.
We didn't get a good count on how many
No, we didn't.
groups of explorers were sent, but it was obviously more than one and more than two.
Oh yeah, more than.
So, we were heading back to the inn to kind of prep ourselves and go
Ready to
take,
dragon.
get a rest and prepare ourselves for our journey to the tower.
Yeah, so we know that the wizard was trying to work on a cure. We know that these crews have not come back, so we have to kind of think, what might we do differently?
Go by sea. Aha!
Is that even possible? Did we get a map?
We're on the map, aren't we? Yeah.
Apparently,
No, she was talking about the map of where we have to go.
Yeah, it's west of here, right?
That sounds right.
West was out towards the tip of the peninsula.
I wrote down the name of the local beer. Did I write down the direction that we needed to go? No. No, I did not.
it's okay. It's okay.
But you know the local beer.
We know what her priorities are.
Yes, we did.
It's okay. I will give that to you guys in just a moment. You guys just wanted to see the map?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh damn.
King Novella, you are in the Polished Coast, and right there is where you would want to go. You'll want to zoom in about 200%, roughly. As a quick thing as well, does everyone want to reintroduce their characters?
Oh, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Mine's boring and the same, so I can knock it out first. I am reprising Illyria, kind of a spunky tiefling sorceress, little impulsive, trying to learn things in the world, and doesn't always cast the right thing.
Fireball?
Oh, what's that?
It's Fireball? No, not
Yeah.
Fireball.
The
I kind of...
fairly well dressed. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, I just forget to ask how big the room is.
What room? You guys are currently outside. outside the,
No, I mean when I
She's
cast
talking about
Fireball.
the Fireball reference. She just forgets to ask how big the room is. She just casts the Fireball.
I see.
What you were saying, Regis Haldane?
Yes. The fairly well dressed human. His outfit looks well used, but also very well cared for. He has a staff, carries a couple of daggers, and I take this aside.
Where?
He looks to be late 20s, possibly early 30s. He seems to speak well. Got a mace on his back, a light crossbow, as you can see, and a different kind of pouch or yeah, box or something on his backpack. Sort of. The Regis Haldane is the third son of a baron. You know, the first son is the heir, second commands the army, the third is supposed to go join the clergy. Well, poverty and chastity just was not in his wheelhouse. So he learned what he could on healing skills from the brother in there and decided to take his leave. He's in the world now, making his way. Just the best way they know how. And that's just a little bit more than the law will allow. Sometimes.
Oh, my map went black.
Yep.
Why did it go black?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Did everyone's map go black?
Yep. I assumed because of reasons.
Today I am reprising Jory Nunro. He's a young, dashing, exuberant tiefling. Very shiny armor, but not a lot of scratches on it. You can tell. Very expressive in the way he talks and his general demeanor. Just overwhelming with confidence and that eagerness to do good in the world, and ready to put his stamp on it for sure.
Can you guys see now?
Nope.
Nope.
Still black.
How about now?
There,
Yes.
There we go.
Yep.
That's better.
Now, and how about now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was just a glitch because I was doing a couple of things in the background.
Oh, glitch in the matrix.
You're glitching? Yeah, glitching, huh? Yeah.
All right.
Where is...
AKA ways to kill us.
No. So, but that's us.
And you all know exactly where to go. Here on the map, as I have pointed out, Destiner Dark Draft's Tower is just about a 40-mile walk from Brass City.
Please. How do we wish to travel? Any ideas?
We should probably see if we can get horses or something.
Or a cart? If there's a wagon that happens to go that direction? Do we know how the previous people went? We didn't ask. Them. We can ask. We can ask at the bar, at the inn.
Yeah, I don't see any other like points of interest over there, so I don't see. I don't know that a wagon would be going that way, but it doesn't hurt to ask because I don't know how.
Well, I mean, we can hire one if need be. You know.
Yeah, I don't know how that guy's getting his supplies too. So maybe there's like a supply wagon that goes that way.
Ye old lift.
All right. So you guys are going to be heading towards the Brass Dragon again?
Yes.
All right, let's go back to the map then
Yeah,
for
gonna have
Brass
to see
City.
what's up.
Oh my.
He was over in the Hammer District to the east, right?
Yeah, Derringer. Yeah, he was.
Well, hopefully we'll help him out, and we'll be able to call upon him for favors in the future if need be. So yeah, I wanna go in and ask around for what sort of transportation is available around here.
To the
Is
west.
there any?
Yeah, I think our charismatic friend goes and wheels and deals and secures transport,
Yeah.
right?
That's my guy. Like, you've seen the A-Team. I'm Face.
What you talking about, fool?
Are you B.A. Baracus?
Oh, I'm the pilot.
Howling Mad Murdoch.
All right. You guys head into the Brass Dragon once again. The place crawling with countless other adventurers and people there, just sitting around eating their lunches. A few people playing darts. You can see that there's a table in the back where there are a few people playing cards. What do you do?
I'm gonna go to the barkeep,
I'm right there with Jory.
and
All right.
Salt drink. Salt
I'm gonna
drink.
smile my winning smile and say, what sort of transport's available around here? Is there somebody that sells horses, or people that have wagons for use, just traveling arrangements?
Aye. You can find one if you go out to the card district.
Is there anyone in particular I should look for? Is anybody you recommend above all? Like somebody who's not gonna do me wrong, or
Take undue advantage.
right?
Well, I always trust dwarf.
Me off.
Shh. What did you say, Christian?
Hey, what was that?
Oh, well, I'm so sorry. My friend here was
I stubbed my
Rudely
toe.
interrupting.
I apologize, sir. I stubbed my toe on my own heel.
who is it you normally recommend?
Normally recommend one of my own. Thurden is its name. He deals with
Thurden.
a small Thurden.
Thurden.
He deals with his own little stable out in the card district.
Stable master. Got it. So I will, I guess, secure general directions to this stable master and inquire. Should we stay the night and rest up, go fresh in the morning, or how do you want to just want to go out, get some ponies and move on?
I don't really know, like, how. I don't know. You guys are more experienced than I am. Like, is that a day's ride? Is that 2 days' ride to go 40 miles?
40 miles walking would take about 2 days travel if you're just walking at a normal pace. If you are riding there, it will take you 1 day at a fast pace.
Okay, and then about what time of day is it?
You guys arrived around noon, and you've spent about 2 hours in town. So let's say it's about 2:30.
I think tomorrow morning would be a good idea.
Okay.
Get set up transportation tonight, and agree to meet them like in the morning. If we're going to, this is going to be as bad as it sounds. The fresher we are when we get there, the better.
Come on, it's not going to be that bad. I think we're going to be just fine. I do agree with getting plenty of rest though before heading out, because no one wants to start off after a boat ride. I could use a shower and see if I can make a little extra coin while I'm at it. While we're here.
Okay, so we need to go arrange our transport and then.
Absolutely. Well, I can go handle that. Do you guys want to load up on rations and stuff and meet back here?
Well, how about
Or
this?
do you want to all go together?
Innkeeper, do you have any rooms for the night?
I do. I can find you a couple.
What sort of package deal could we get here? I'm gonna start.
One bed is 5 silver.
One bed is 5 silver, so that's the 3 of us. That's 15 silver. Can you do 3 for 10 silver?
One bed
I
is
promise.
5 silver. I know your type. I deal with you every day.
I understand. But you know that we're new in town, and you already know that we're gonna help this place. And I'm just gonna give him the winning smile and say, Come on, and try to use my charm on him, my persuasion.
You may attempt to persuade at disadvantage.
Okay.
He is
So at
this
disadvantage.
this
Hold on.
bartender has he's
Been
not
around.
only a bartender, he's the one who owns the Brass Dragon. He,
Gotcha.
he's dealt with adventurers for the past like 50 years.
So there you go.
That's
That's
not,
at disadvantage.
yeah, even if it was
I,
an advantage, it wouldn't be enough.
fair enough. Well, I listen.
So
Still got to roll.
he comes back at you. You think that the lasses over there don't have a nice smile?
Oh, of course
You think
they
they
do.
have pride? That's on me.
And I'm sure and
Smile
I'm
doesn't
sure they.
only money.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That sounds. Yeah. Yeah. My Jedi mind tricks don't work. I get it. So I will toss him. What did you said? 5 silver a bed. I'll plop 5 silver down on the bar
Also,
and say
plot 5
that's a
silver
bargain.
down.
Hey,
Okay, so
well, here are the keys. You're gonna be staying here any more than one night. I'll need any any silver in advance. So
Understood, sir.
check those back in the morning. Check out these at 10 in the morning.
Now I wonder if you would mind if I took this evening to spin some yarns, tell some tales to the customers to see if I could drum up a little extra business for you.
You may. You can
Excellent.
go over
Excellent.
there by the other 5 bards.
They'll be playing my as backup music to me once I get going.
All right. Well, go.
so
So, well,
So
no, I'm
Regis
gonna
and
go
I
off.
need
I'm
to
letting
go-
them do their. I'll will go perform once we talk and we secure the horses over at Thurston's. Do you so can we put our stuff put our packs in them? I don't know. I'm not putting my stuff in the room. I don't necessarily know this place that well to trust it like that.
I'm gonna sit here and see if I can get into that card game. I'll watch the stuff.
You're gonna try and get into the card game?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna yeah. I'm not gonna kill it, but I kind of watch for a bit. If there's an empty seat, I'll intimate I'd like to play.
All right, give me one second.
That's a very interesting game. How does it work?
Well, I guess I give me 1 second. So, before you even get a chance to say anything, you get over there. You see that there are a few figures. There is a female gnome. There's a male human. A male dragonborn. A female dwarf. And a female half elf. And they're all playing this game with different cards, flinging them across the table. You come in and then you say that. The
Interesting looking game.
to which the Dragonborn replies, "It is. Makes me a lot of money." And you, as you get a closer look at this Dragonborn, he has green scales all over him, and his eye has a large scar over it. And, left eye has a large scar over it, with his left eye being clouded. His right eye is a piercing yellow.
Probably got a vertical pupil in it.
It does.
Do you mind if I watch a bit? Maybe I'm always interested in learning new things. And maybe even making a little money. So, do you mind if I watch for a hand or two?
You may.
Thank you.
No one stop you. Go find
Make it
yourself.
kindly. Thank you. Make it kindly.
As they play around, you see the dragon there plays down a hand. He says, "All right, look here, full castle. I win this one." To which the half elf woman says, "No, no, no, not quite. I have a royal family." To which she shows a 5 different cards uh, with different royal figures on them. And she says, "This one's mine." You see the rest of the figures, the gnome, the human, just kind of toss their cards in as the house woman pulls in the pile of chips or the pile of gold.
Since one of my attributes is learning new things, picking up on things fairly quickly, um,
From
can we advance to where I feel confident enough to get in the game?
explain yourself first. You can't just say expect me.
No. I said, okay, yeah, that's
No,
No,
he's
no.
saying what skill, or what
ability-
are you calling upon that
What
gives you this ability to
or
learn
what
things quickly?
proficiency are you calling upon? What I'm saying. Because I know you're trying to play something. You got to explain to me what you're trying to play. Like, what ability are you leaning on? What proficiency are you leaning on? I don't understand what you're trying to do.
okay. Let me I have to pull this up over my map, and because I can't get it on the laptop. Damn it.
Right. Ew.
Inside. Did right.
Yeah, I hate how the character sheet has to cover up the map sometimes.
Oh, you can double click it and it'll minimize it. I learned things.
True, but still, when you have it up,
Oh yeah,
you got to
then
minimize it and bring it back up. Well, I tried to shrink it so that, you can change the size of your character sheet, and I tried to shrink it to just the parts I would need during combat, so I could just pull that up, click on what I needed, click off of it.
That's smart. Yeah, I didn't even know I could minimize it. So when I was trying to do like 2-3 characters at a time, and I was just like, and I'd have to like close it, open the next one, close it, open the next one. I was being a dumbo.
Right. So, Christian, question for you.
Yes.
So I toggled the because I changed it to toggle for advantage. So I toggled it to disadvantage, and it still rolled the 2. So you take the gray one, or you just take the lower one?
The lower one for disadvantage.
Okay, gotcha. All right, and it would be the other way around for advantage.
Yes,
You
whatever
take
the lower
higher one.
or the higher one is. Yeah,
Gotcha,
that's
gotcha.
how it works. There's just toggle ways to make it easier.
But otherwise,
well,
we
and that's
just
way it's not on all the time automatically.
yeah. Otherwise, we just leave it
just
on
is-
normal, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. While you're figuring that out, I'll switch over to whoever else is going on. Him, Jory.
Yes. Heading to Thurden's over in the card district, I believe he said.
Katie, is Alira doing anything with either of the characters, or are you just on your own as well?
I'm mostly just hanging out in the inn. We're gonna eventually kind of secure supplies, but I don't feel like in a terrible hurry to do that, I guess.
Okay.
I would kind of like to do an insight check to see if I can see if those guys are trying to, like, swindle Regis, but he's, like, not in the game yet, right? So I don't have to worry about that right now?
Yes.
Okay, so then...
All right.
Yeah, nothing
So
for now.
In this case, Jory. Yeah, you head out to the card district. Strangely enough, this stable is quite a ways away from a main road, so you get to just see the farms out in the more southern area of Brass City.
I whistle a jaunty tune as I
You do,
walk along.
Whistle while he works.
and you come across this rather small stable, um, big enough to hold like maybe 6 horses and a few carts. And there's a dwarven man with bright blonde hair and a large blonde beard outside.
I go up and greet him. Good afternoon. How are you this fine day?
Hello. Hi. Good morning. I wasn't sleeping.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Well, I'd hate to disturb your sleep if you were. I was just told that you might be the man to speak to about acquiring a little transportation. A couple of friends and I need to head off to a tower a little ways off, and was wondering if I could procure such transportation from you, sir.
That depends. How much you be willing to spend?
I've got gold enough to spend, and I, pat the coin person, make it clink loud enough that he can, obviously tell that it's not empty for sure.
Okay. So what kind of horse you looking for?
Well, I got, as I said, a couple companions and myself. We're, nobody terribly large. I believe the human Regis is the largest of us. I know my character's not very large size-wise, and Katie, I believe, Alira is not so big. So
you just need like a riding horse, or you're looking for like a big one?
I just maybe what do you charge per horse?
I mean, I can't let them go for like just anything. So 50 gold for my like smaller horses.
Okay, 50 gold per. Excellent, excellent. And I probably need at least 2 for the 3 of us. You would think, at least.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You got 3. You got one person on one horse, 2 people on the other. That makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm sure one of us can ride on the back, or maybe a cart. Do you sell carts? Do you have a cart?
Oh yeah, we have a cart. Yeah.
Oh,
I got one.
Excellent. My savior. Let's take a look at the goods. Let's see what we're working with here. What do we got?
Yeah. Let's go into the stable. Yeah, that's where the cart would be.
Excellent. After you, my good man.
As this dwarven fellow just kind of like gets up, doesn't really seem to know where he's going, and walks you over to the entrance of the stable, which has a large lock on it. He's like, and he just pulls on the lock. Yeah, I can get this open. Yeah, yeah, I got this. Wait 1 second. Thurden, I need help. Then he comes back with another dwarf. This one, same bright blonde hair. But instead he's got like these large glasses, and he's kind of balding up top. My son was saying you were needing a horse, cart.
Yes, I'm in need of transportation, my good man. I have a journey that I'm trying to get going on first thing in the morning, and I was told that you're a trustworthy source.
Yeah, by who?
The barkeep down at the Brass Dragon.
All right. pulls that into his pocket and grabs a couple of like sunflower seeds and starts chewing them. All right, let me get it open. I don't sell
appreciate
parts.
you.
I only sell horses.
Fair enough.
Son doesn't know what he's talking about.
Understood. But he's got to learn the business sometime, right?
Sure, whatever you say. He opens it, he unlocks and opens it, and brings you into a stable with about 4 horses. Two of the parts of the stable are just empty with nothing in them. I've got 4 here. I'm willing to sell you up to 2 of them. Draft horse is going to be 50 gold. I got 2 of them, so I can do that. These 2 here, they're riding horses, so they're a little faster.
Excellent. So, I'm going to go ahead and start wheeling and dealing here, kind of not disparaging the horses, but doing the car salesman walk around, where you kind of walk around and you start leaning in, checking the hooves and making a little, not totally, really not insulting his horses, but saying, I don't, 50 gold's a little heavy. The horses, they seem a little lean. I know you say they're horses, and I'm not, they're traveling horses, and I believe you that they do the job darn well. I don't know, and so I'm gonna try to use my persuasion to.
I don't know what the problem is.
Problem, it's we're talking supply and demand here. I'm trying to get done. I'm trying to get going here in this town and start helping people out. I'm going to be performing down at the Brass Dragon later. I'd love for you to come by. And I'm just trying to see if you can cut me a deal, since I'm here trying to get these 2 horses from you.
Okay. All right. So you don't want to pay full price. That's what you're saying.
Well, maybe I can get them all at a lease price. When I return them to you,
What do you need them for?
Well, we are actually going to check on a fellow that is been not seen for a minute, and we're gonna see if we can locate him and get him back to the people that are missing him.
They're adventuring. Got a reward coming for that.
You might say that.
All right.
The parchment is off the board, as they say.
Good one.
So, what I'll do then, I can take 50 gold now for both, and you'll come back and pay me you'll pay me 75 gold then, and you get paid.
Well, that, or I could pay you the 100 gold now and not come back. So, I understand that you're a businessman, and a shrewd one at that.
These are hard times. I can't really be giving out discounts.
Well, I'll tell you what. 25 down and 75 when I get back.
25 down and 100 when you get back.
You know what? I'll just take them 50 apiece. You're fine. That's great.
Tim, out of character. You know you don't have 50 gold, right?
Well, no, I didn't know that, but
You guys didn't start with any gold.
Oh, I don't
we
have
started
any of
with
my
none?
pre-gold?
well,
You guys,
how did we?
all your starter character gold? You don't have, which amounts to probably about 25 gold total. He's cutting you a deal where you don't have to worry about paying him. You just give him a cut of the reward money, and then you get to keep the horses.
So you're saying
So
I should
I don't.
race?
So well, technically, I only have like 24 gold now because I've been spending money.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
The rooms, food,
Sure.
shit, that stuff.
what was your background?
I was entertainer.
Uh-huh.
So you're saying I don't have over 5,000 gold pieces and 567 platinum?
No, and also the entertainer only starts with 15 gold.
Oh wow. I
Yeah.
totally misread what I read. So
No, yeah. What's Alira's background?
Oh, don't even know.
We'll probably have to go over this outside of game. But yeah, no, whatever your background is, that determines your starting gold.
Okay.
How about a courtier?
I mean, I'm basically a student, so I guess like an acolyte?
Let's see. Background courtier. Courtier starts with 5 gold.
Well down.
And, what were you saying? Sorry, Katie.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I guess like I'm a student in learning, so I guess I like would an acolyte make sense or
We'll go over that out of game, actually. I don't. I say let's not slow down the game.
sounds Gucci.
So yeah, Tim, he's basically offering for you to be able to actually have the horses, so you guys don't have to spend 2 days of travel. You just have to give him an extra amount over, because he can.
so I'm going to do my best then to convince him to hold 10 gold, and then we give him
Okay. And then you give him 150.
90, and then whatever the 150. So 140 when we get back?
115. He wants a whole total of 25 over the cost.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that's
So yeah,
because you rolled a 24%. That he's only
Beautiful.
asking for 25 over. Otherwise, I'd be asking for 100 over.
so this thing's paying 500 per again, right?
It's paying 500 total.
I know. That's just the running gag now. Especially
Welcome,
Especially
welcome to your first mission in D&D.
right? Like if
The money doesn't
Yeah, we gotta
necessarily
go.
come from the mission. It'll come from what happens during the mission. Let's put it
right,
that.
the stuff you find along the way.
Let's put it that way. But yeah, no.
Alright.
But yeah, if you want to roll one more persuasion, to try and get him to do 10, and then he's just gonna, and depending on what you roll, that'll determine what he asks for. Yeah. All right. I know you're fresh off the boat, so you're new to how things work here. So I'm gonna level with you. I'll do 10 gold. Need 115 when you come back. It gives me 20 over what the investment is.
Absolutely.
Now I'm going to teach you a little thing. See that town right there? He gets over to your side, grabs your shoulder. Then he holds his hand out, just like Buzz Lightyear to Woody. See that town over there? You know how many adventurers are there?
Hundreds.
Exactly. Now you got a silver tongue. I ain't denying that. But you gotta be careful to use it. Because if you come off as a basic adventurer, you're not gonna get very far.
Understood. I appreciate that advice. Very much so.
Have you
I
ever
will be around in the morning to get the horses. Sorry.
Oh, I
were
was
saying.
gonna if you have ever ridden a horse.
Yes. I did quite a bit of training on horseback.
All right. So you know how to saddle them up and everything.
I do. I don't know about my companions.
Well, clearly don't know much about buying horses. Perfectly, I'll include the saddle and everything. And I'll give you 1 day feed for each of them. You'll need to purchase feed for them for the rest of the time. So this will get them good to tomorrow. So you'll need to at least purchase four days worth of feed for both these horses to make sure both of them actually make it out to your destination. And then you'll still need 4 more days to get back. Thankfully, feed ain't that much. It's only 5 copper.
Oh, very good.
So tomorrow,
You,
when you come back, we'll settle all that. I got them for today. Make sure they'll have their saddles. That extra 25 gold will basically cover that.
you got it. We'll get that to you with the rest when we get back.
You better come back. If you die out there, I
Oh.
just lost out on a lot.
Oh, are you kidding? This is gonna be easy peasy. No worries. And I flash that winning Jory smile.
All right.
And I head back to the brass dragon,
Thurden!
whistling my jaunty tune.
And while you're doing that, he goes over to his son. Now, Thurden, why are you sleeping on the job? Now, as you go back, you get back to your other. We go back to your other companions. Did you find out, Regis, what you were trying to do?
He
Crickets.
might be coming back in. I saw he got like disconnected, so he might
Got
still
it.
be trying
I'd be
to come
here.
back in.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna that he's basically just watching them play. I don't exactly know what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I said, I was going to do a perception, right? Kind of watching how the cards played and how they matched up together. You know, they add up to 12. Trying to perceive how to play the game. And one of my knacks is picking up on things quickly, learning new things
From where?
from life. It's part of the.
He's saying that's part of his background. He
a-
tends to pick up on things quickly.
No, I'm saying, is it a character trait or is it an
It's a
actual?
character. It's a character trait.
Okay, so it's not a feature. You need to know when to say this isn't actually a feature. I'm not trying to use an ability. I'm just my character is like this. Because I didn't understand that at all, which is what I was trying to ask.
Okay, alrighty. And
So
I
yeah,
guess I don't understand it either. See.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you were trying to.
As a courtier, right? I was in court until I was about 14. Then I went to the abbey for about 6 years.
No,
So,
that's
None of
not.
that makes you a fast learner, though.
well, I mean,
Is what we're
I
saying.
guess
There's no.
it's an
You
inbred
don't
thing.
own. You don't have an actual skill that you can roll against on your character sheet that
No.
says you learn quickly. There's
Yeah.
no feat that you have.
Yeah,
Your
that's
character just
what I'm trying to
is
find out.
smart and happens to pick up on things quickly.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, can I add in a perception check to
No.
add to that to boost
No,
that?
you can roll
Okay, all right.
to try and figure this out.
I can roll.
You could try an insight roll to try and figure out how the game works.
Was it insight or perception?
Insight. Perception just lets you see things. Insight lets you understand them.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's like intelligence knows that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom knows not to put it in a fruit salad.
All right. Yeah, with a 15 insight, the game that they're playing is basically a form of like dragon poker, essentially.
Okay.
Kind of understand how the game works. You aren't going to get any bonuses or anything, but like you understand how to play.
But can I make a roll to pick up on it quickly to
I just told
increase
you
my
under-
odds?
I just told you
Or
play it, it's not going
All
to
right.
help you any if you decide to play it.
Okay, got it. So, I think I got the hang of this. Can you deal me in?
The Dragonborn's like, all right, how much gold you able to bet?
Gold? Gold? I don't know. What's the buy-in?
What's the buy-in? Right now we're playing with from about 10 gold each.
I've got 50 silver I can toss in there. What's the buy-in?
I'm playing with about 10 gold each.
Well, then, I'm going to have to wish you guys good luck. Keep my money.
Too rich for my blood.
Yep. Not in so many words, but yeah. I guess I'll just like hand them my money. If you don't mind, I'll stand over here and watch you play.
That's
But, no, I don't mind.
Hey. No. You. You know what? The human, he pipes in. You can come over, sit over here. I'll buy you in. How much gold you got?
3.
All right. I'll loan you 7. If you you make it. If you make it back.
Your name isn't Guido, is it? Your name isn't Guido, is it?
No, my name.
Make me an offer I can't refuse. Yeah, okay, sure.
You don't have to take it. If you want to play, you think you're lucky. Worst case scenario, you just owe me 7 gold. Just get me 7 from your next quest.
Next pay, sure. I can do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
going in on credit, huh?
Wow. Starting on a downturn already. Sure. Okay.
Mm.
My name is Regis.
Nah.
How are you called, sir?
Call me Nebin.
Nebin? Okay. Thank you, Nebin. I appreciate your. I'm humbled by your faith in me. Thank you.
The Dragonborn then begins to deal cards. All right. All right, everyone.
What is it P.T. Barnum says?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He begins to hand out cards. We are going to roll a luck roll for you.
Luck
Roll.
says.
So roll me a D100.
D100. Come on, you silly machine. Don't do this to me. Any pluses?
No, just a D100. It's a luck roll.
I'm on D20. I'm on D20. All right. Drum roll, please.
You can literally type /. There you go.
All right. So you get a pretty decent starting hand. Nothing crazy though. Next,
And I'll play. From watching it, I'll play a little conservatively. I won't be. No. All in. No, not me. Play conservatively.
roll me a deception roll now to see if you give away that you've got a pretty decent hand.
Oh, they pick up on my tail already, huh? Damn.
Maybe.
You're able to keep it pretty close to your chest. Roll an insight to see if anybody else has anything good.
Insight.
Ooh.
The person who has the best hand is probably the female dwarf.
Is there any side bets going on? Anyway,
What?
is there a side bet in this game?
Like if there's someone betting on the game outside.
No. Normally I'm playing the whole thing. Just, I like the way you look, sweetie. How about us do? Oh, he's been generous. I'll put a couple of gold here. Play with you. I'll bet with you. How's that sound?
What do you?
I'll
No.
bet that you got a good hand.
You don't bet on other people. You bet on yourself.
Okay,
You bet on your own.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like poker.
Yeah.
All right.
One for all.
The Full House reference and the royal flush was not a dead giveaway.
Yeah, really. Okay.
All right. Now
So first
everybody.
game.
So everybody gets to. Everyone discards cards. Gets new ones. Gets new hands. You are able to discard and get new ones. Roll me another luck roll.
How did I do that last one?
D100.
Luck? Oh, dude. Okay. Yeah. Blame it on the old man and Alzheimer's. I've improved it a little bit, I suppose.
All right.
Maybe.
So we're gonna start from the gnome, human, dragonborn, dwarf, elf, and you. The gnome is going to say, "I'm going to fold." The human, he also says, "Folding here." Dragonborn is like, "I'm going to raise." And the female dwarf, "I'll raise as well."
Oh boy.
And the half elf, "I'm out."
Okay.
And then it brings you.
Yeah.
You can roll
Um,
in to see
while
where everyone's at.
while this is going on, of course, I'm paying attention to the people. Is there any way I can pick up on their tells?
I just said,
Or,
I just
sorry.
need to roll insight to see how the other three are.
And I said that the female elf seemed to have the better hand, right?
No, the dwarf.
Or
Oh, okay, sorry. All right, so I've already done that. Okay.
no, roll another one now. Roll an insight check.
You know, it'd help if I pay attention, right?
It would. Yeah, she's got a really good hand. That's what it seems like. Dragonborn, he might be bluffing.
Um, if you're on to me, I'm gonna raise. I'm gonna raise it. 2 gold. That. I'm gonna bump it up a little bit.
So, one last luck roll will determine who wins.
Now's when I need this. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not
Wah,
that boy.
wah.
Wasn't this boy?
All right, add up your 3.
Add up my 3.
3 luck
insights.
rolls.
No, your 3 luck.
rolls. It's 145.
Is what?
145.
No, 145.
36.
Because 109 plus 36.
36 is 145.
145.
Maths.
Okay.
Thanks.
You have the equivalent of a 4 of a kind.
That's not a bad hand. Okay. I'll stick with it.
And the other 2 reveal theirs. One of them has a full house,
Full castle.
and the other one has a straight.
Well, 4 of a kind
So-
beats a straight at least.
No, you won.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's a much
Ta-da,
more,
ta-da.
much quicker.
I play,
version.
I make poker.
Dragon.
You literally beat them by luck.
That's all it takes sometimes.
Oh,
You place it down. You have 4, and you have all 4 of the queens.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, fine.
So what are my total winnings right here?
So your total winnings were that? We're 10 gold.
Okay, so
And
I
that's
still need the 10 gold I still need the 10 gold to stay in, don't I?
no, you 10 gold was just what you needed to have to be in. So
Sit down.
you played in, you rose,
Yeah.
and on top of what you had, you have 10 gold.
So that means I've got 20 now.
Yeah, with
So I
7
turn around,
credits.
so I can turn around right now and pay the human bank. Thank you very much for your
Yeah.
faith, man. Here you go. And I'll even toss
All
a
right.
little extra in. What the heck?
You do what?
I'll give him an extra one. Give
He
him back,
puts in
pay
the
him back 8 instead of 7.
All right. Looks like my investment paid off, friends. And I broke even.
I think it is time for me to get me something to eat. Thank you, gentlemen. Ladies. I beg your pardon.
I'm sure he walks in the door about this time.
I believe it's time for me to. My belly's growling at me. Thanks to you very much. I'll remember this, and I stand up.
Hey, you're always welcome at the table. You ever wanna take my money again, or if you're out in the field, just
Maybe next time I'll donate to your cause.
I'll be looking forward to that. If you're ever out in the field too, look out for us.
Well, I can do that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You'll probably see us around, I'm sure.
All right, thank you. And I go look up my my waitress girlfriend and go to one of her
Ate
tables.
that not that long ago, man. Boy.
What waitress?
The one that served me when I first showed up at the,
An hour ago? 2
Yeah.
hours ago?
Like 3 hours ago.
I'll go back to her table and signal for a snack.
All right. While you're doing that, Alira, are you doing anything? Alira?
Fascinating.
I guess not.
I missed.
All right,
all I
tell
heard
me
was
more.
nothing, 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 nothing. Illyria. What happened?
Yes, pretty much. That's exactly how it went. Kind of.
All right. I just assume that you go to the same table, right?
Yeah, just kind of. Now that I know that he's not gonna be beaten up or whatever, I can kind of relax a little bit.
Yeah. You got to remember, you're in an adventure town. Not everyone's just a jerk. Most people are just here for the money. And it is around
Fair.
this time that that Jory also makes it back.
Right, guys. So I let him know about what I learned today from the third, and let him know what we owe when we get back out of the 500 for our horses. But guess what? We got horses, guys.
Yay!
There's two horses. There's 2 horses for the 3 of us. 3 horses just wasn't going to work out. Maybe if we make our way, a third will be in the making. But at least we do have transportation. We do need to pick up food. The horses eat, about 5 copper worth of food a day, right, Ian?
Yes.
Yeah. Mark.
Yes. Horse
So-
feed is about 5 copper per day.
So I was gonna, but we do. I did promise him 10 up front. So I don't know how we want to split it between the 3 of us. This 10 gold. If each of you pitch in 3, I'll pitch in 4. I'm okay with it.
Or do we want to go get supplies and then see where that lands us? And then split from there? Or do you want to split now?
Well, we should get supplies, have dinner. I'm gonna try and perform tonight, make some of that money back, and then we'll rest up and take off in the morning.
Ooh, some of your spoken word stuff you've been working on, or
Oh yeah. Well, I have many a tale to tell.
And we will let that happen next time, since we are getting close to the 10 o'clock mark, or we are a little past.
And,
Yeah.
Oh.
and maybe the old man will be here on time, and we can start back. Sorry, guys.
Maybe I can dazzle some more companions in, get third in some more business, convince them to take a little more off our bill on the back end. We'll see.
Who knows?
Wheeling and dealing.
You are in a very shrewd place, and you don't have a lot of gold just yet.
Not yet. Not yet. We'll get there.
soon they're gonna
Be like
know our
Naruto.
name.
Believe it, right? I'm gonna be the fourth Hokage. Believe it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that'll be brought up next time when maybe we'll make it to the Mage Tower.
Who
But
knows?
because next time we'll have shop. As always, though, pleasure to be here. Pleasure to DM for you guys. Happy that everybody here seems to be enjoying our new adventures in the city of Prague.
Having a super blast, and I'm excited to go to Fantasy Costco next time we meet.
Haggling and gambling, and then next time is Fantasy Costco. Yay!
Yeah.
Woo! Fantasy Costco. Well, my OBS is very wonky right now, so like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more of this content. As always, we appreciate the love and support. I'm not sure how to end the stream because I don't have any buttons.
Nobody can push a button.
In that case, we could just sit here in awkward silence.
Good
Yeah.
night. Good night.
It's weird.
Dang badly.
As we sit here and we will see everyone
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yes, because Katie has to literally hit the happy trails to
Has to go to Oklahoma where the wind comes down the plain.
and she's so excited about it.
Yay, Oklahoma!
Well, I guess did it suddenly work? Oh guys, it works. Okay. Wouldn't be a Brass City stream without something messing up.
Yay!
Alright, like, share. Like, share, and subscribe for more of this content. You guys are awesome, and thank you for putting up with us. And Christian, thanks for putting up with us. And everybody have a swell evening.
Thanks, Christian.
Bye!
Christian.